Is it an insult to the voters of Jammu and Kashmir, this engaging with the Hurriyat? That's the question that we're asking on debate number 2. We say good evening to Sanjay Jha, spokesperson of the Congress, Sambit Patra, Dr. Sambit Patra, national spokesperson of the BJP, joining us from Delhi, Nizamuddin Bhat, leader of the PDP, joining us from Srinagar, Junaid MatooSpokesperson from the National Conference, also joining us from Srinagar, and Rashneek Kher, founder member, Roots in Kashmir, joining us from Delhi. Good evening. Thank you for joining us on debate number 2. Dr. Sambit Patra, the consultation talks should be with the stakeholders. So why is PDP engaging with the Hurriyat?
No, I would not know whether the PDP is engaging with the Hurriyat or not. If they are engaging with any separatist element in order to take a call from them, I would denounce that also. But as I was hearing your show, I came to know through the spokesperson of PDP that it was just a social visit. So I would refrain from commenting on what kind of visit it was, but I make my stand absolutely clear that the separatists have no business of dictating the politics of Jammu and Kashmir. And as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party stand is concerned, it is very clear. The stand of Bharatiya Janata Party is we contested 76 seats out of the 87 seats.
So Sambit Patra, will you be okay with going ahead and allying with someone who is hobnobbing with terrorists, with separatists, pardon me?
So definitely we would not have an ally with anyone who is hobnobbing with terrorists, if that is the sentence.
With separatists, pardon me.
I've completed the sentence. See, I told you. I mean, the separatists should not have any dictating terms in the Jammu and Kashmir government formation, and I believe none of my co-panelists would disagree with me on this. First, ask the PDP participant whether they were hobnobbing with the separatists in formation.
Fair enough, Mr. Nizamuddin Bhat. What was the purpose? When government formation is the thing on every party's mind in Jammu and Kashmir, why have an hour-long meeting with the separatist leader? Your patron-in-chief, no less.
Chief spokesperson, listen to me please. Chief spokesperson of our party has made it abundantly clear that it was a social call. The two leaders are friends, they have been class fellows, and we are wedded in a social ethos. Kashmir is known for such interactions. We do visit each other. If we have an affinity, we are known to each other. There are always personal concerns too, which one would like to interact with.
Mr. Bhat, would you really expect people of Kashmir to be so naive? Rashneek Kher,
bad in it.
Do you think this was a plain social call, a 1 hour long meeting when government formation is in the air in the valley, sipping tea, 31st of December?
Friends do sit relaxed. Friends do sit relaxed. They can discuss anything.
Sir.
But that doesn't mean that
Mr. Bhat,
one influence...
Mr. Bhat, listen to Rashneek Kher also. Yes, Rashneek.
The timing is very suspect. The timing is very suspect. If he can... The timing is very suspect. And two, it is not just what... if they met as friends, if you hear what Mr. Ghani Bhat had to say after this was very strange, because he talked of lizards being chased by bulls and snakes marrying rats. So this was there was a political context to what he said. Having said that, we have also remember the statement of Abdul Ghani Bhat in 1996 when he said, how can you hear the music of elections in the booming of guns? And I am also told that after Mr. Ghani Bhat has been slapped by Yasin Malik in that Hurriyat meeting, he is consistently being neglected by Hurriyat and is trying to find a place for himself. So I don't know the context, but the timing is very suspect. Even if they are friends, the statement that he made after he came out was very, very suspect. There
was no suspicion there.
That separatists
there was no suspicion there, Rashneek Kher.
Allow me to speak, sir. I'm just quoting what he said. Allow me to speak. Allow me to speak.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Sir, allow me to speak. I will quote. Shall I quote to you what he said?
No, I'm going to quote it to Mr. Bhat. Rashneek Kher, I'm just going to quote it to Mr. Nizamuddin Bhat. Abdul Ghani Bhat said that, Mr. Nizamuddin, snakes can marry rats, bulls can chase lizards. Anything can happen with reference to government formation. But at present, we can say, let's not count stars which lie beyond. So clearly, it was not a cup of tea that was sipped. I was trying very hard to believe what you said, Mr. Nizamuddin Bhat, but I had this quote right in front of me. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah. You see, why don't you understand? He is a person very conscious about the situations. When you ask him to react, he will react. That doesn't mean that we have exchanged views on government formation or sought each other's help or assistance for one or another thing. Why do you attribute
Anand,
it to
can I
that
intervene,
statement?
please?
He is free to react. Yes, he has reacted. Once he was asked something.
Sir, the question
he
is
free to react to a particular
why
situation.
this sudden...
He has not said...
Sir,
he has not
the
said
timing,
anything.
like Rashneek Kher
what
said,
transpired between
Mr.
him and
Nizamuddin
Mufti
Bhat, like,
Mohammed
the
Sayeed?
timing is
Why are
so
you putting
suspect.
words in his mouth?
because it comes just after line.
Rashneek, respond to that.
Anand,
Yes,
I will
Rashneek.
just quote one more line.
And what's bad in this?
Just one more line.
Yes, Rashneek.
Anand, can I quote one more
Yes,
line?
Rashneek.
Referring to a meeting of two.
It says, he said the polls have no capacity or authority to undermine the dissent of the people who have been struggling for their rights for decades. Now this is a context in which he is putting the polls. He is raising a question mark on the constitutional validity of the polls itself.
But that doesn't...
And all of this after the friendly meeting.
Yes.
Let me also get in Sanjay Jha. Sanjay Jha and then Junaid
that
MatooSpokesperson.
also
Sanjay
after
Jha,
the
do you
friendly
buy into
meeting.
Mr. Bhatt's argument that it was just a little conversation that two friends decided to have on New Year's Eve, just sitting together? No political context whatsoever?
Get into the past and
Or is Mr. Bhatt actually acting as an intermediary for the grand alliance that has been proposed by the Congress
Padmaja,
in the valley?
What grand alliance you are talking about? Why are you confusing people?
See, Padmaja, the truth is that although you had a very historic turnout, we have had a fractured mandate. No single political party has got a comprehensive mandate to form the government in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, if you look at the two principal parties which have got the maximum number of seats, the BJP and the PDP, but they are ideological opposites. I mean, you don't see any compatibility between them on core, very fundamental issues like Article 370,
Sanjay Jha,
AFSPA,
Sanjay Jha,
even the
sorry to interrupt you.
Now,
that was not the intent.
Today is, if you look at the separatist
Sanjay
issue,
Jha,
just give me 1 minute.
I know.
If you
I'll
look
allow
at
you
the
to complete.
separatist
I'll
issue,
allow you to complete.
the
Please allow me to
PDP
give you a
has
quick
always-
rebut.
PDP has always
Just a quick intervention, sir.
dialogue with the separatists.
With all due
and
respect,
even
Mr.
dialogue
Jha.
with Pakistan.
Can I
Coming to
can I
Sambit
have
Patra,
an honor?
coming to Sambit Patra. I'm just Sambit Patra, just a sec. Sambit Patra, just a sec. No, he just said that the PDP and the BJP are two ideologically different poles apart parties. How are they engaging with each other? But I am quoting Mr. Abdul Ghani Bhat saying that we are friends who studied together at the Aligarh Muslim University, but we belong to two different ideologies. So if two people who belong to two different ideologies can be very good friends, sit and have a cup of tea, why can't two parties who've been given the mandate, one by Jammu, the other by Kashmir, sit and look at together of working together on a common minimum program perhaps for the benefit of Jammu and Kashmir? So that argument does not stand. What cannot be acceptable is that the stakeholders in this case, Sanjay Jha, are the BJP, the PDP, the National Conference, somewhere the Congress, but not the separatists. So why engage with somebody who's not a stakeholder in a democratic process? That's the question, especially around the time when you're going to decide to form the government. Yes, Sanjay Jha.
Well, Anand, in a very succinct fashion, let me try and respond to you. You see, the PDP has always taken a public position and it's repeatedly made political statements saying it favors dialogue with separatists, it favors dialogues even with Pakistan. Now, you look at the Modi government called off the talks, the foreign secretary level delegation talks with Pakistan, the issue of Hurriyats being engaged in a conversation. Right. So it's for the BJP
so the Congress was ready to ally with the PDP and the National Conference just to keep the BJP out. So you are ready to compromise at any point. So are you trying to say that two parties cannot come and work out a common minimum program, keeping out the sticky issues aside? Yes, Dr. Patra.
See, all I wanted to say was, I mean, look at the Congress.
No, unlikely.
Absolutely ridiculous.
You cannot keep an issue
please,
like
Sanjay, allowing Dr. Patra rebut, please.
The back burner for 6 years. There is a Hindutva.
Sanjay,
yes, Dr. Patra, go ahead.
Yes. Sanjay, please don't digress from the topic. Can I answer if you permit me?
Sambit Patra, yes, go ahead, make your point.
I do not understand as the reason as to why the Congress is shouting at the top of its voice when in fact it has got no mandate in Jammu and Kashmir. And if I'm allowed to use a dialect from Hindi, I would say begani shadi mein Abdullah Diwana. I mean, if the bull and the lizard are getting married, why the ant is so worried? Let them get married. Why are you preempting who is getting married? Don't be so excited about others' marriages. Please introspect as to why you lost Jammu and Kashmir election. You should not be worried about who is forming the government, who is not forming the government. Because people of Jammu and Kashmir do not want Congress to be in the government.
May I ask you, Dr. Patra?
The people of Jammu and Kashmir would also not want the permission to be taken from separatists, whether the PDP is allowed to ally with the BJP or not, Sambit.
Seat in Ladakh, and you got wiped out in the valley.
Let me complete two sentences.
Your party played religious
Congress is
just
a second, Sanjay, if you can please allow me. This new year, let us have truce. This new year, let us have truce. Let us not encroach into each other's time, if you allow me.
No, let's not decode the election results over here. The question here was very simple. Why should permission be sought if the PDP is going to go ahead and ally with the BJP, if that's even a possibility, Sambit Patra, and that is being negotiated? Why go and seek the permission of separatists who are not even stakeholders in government formation?
I'm coming to that.
Who have no stake whatsoever in the democratic process in the valley?
No, I'm coming to that, Padmaja. But all I want to say to Congress finally in this debate is, why the Congress is in perpetual search of a surrogate mother in Jammu and Kashmir. I mean, it's always finding a lap on which lap the Congress would sit and go for a kind of proxy dictation kind of government over there. For 12 long years we have seen that's what Congress has done, in search of surrogate motherhood in Jammu and Kashmir. But as far as PDP and the separatist thing is concerned, let me be very clear. I would not like to preempt as to how the government would be formed. All I was saying was we had contested 76 seats of the 87. We had got the most number of popular votes
now the
in
Congress
Jammu
and BJP,
Kashmir.
I'm going to request both gentlemen, Dr. Sambit Patra and Sanjay Jha, to please wait in. I am going to bring in the National Conference into the debate also. Junaid Mattoo has been giving a patient listen in terms of desperation to get into Jammu and Kashmir politics or stay relevant in Jammu and Kashmir politics. The desperation is on both sides, the Congress and the BJP. So let's not talk about that. But Junaid Mattoo, what is with this engaging with the separatists? We saw National Conference also try to do that before the elections. Soon after the elections, the meeting happened. This one, it's a democratic process. Why this engagement with the separatists? What's your point of view here?
What meetings of the National Conference are you talking about?
Right. Junaid Mattoo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm asking what meetings of the National Conference are you referring to?
No, there were meetings of National Conference leaders who were engaging with separatists, who were meeting with them, who were speaking to them. So both parties engage, but I'm asking you, why engage with separatists in the first place? Especially in terms of government formation
you
and a democratic process.
TV, I'm asking you which meetings. You know of a meeting between Professor Bhat, which has been officially accepted, and Mufti Saab. What meetings of National Conference are you referring to?
It is, even the references are before the rout happened in the election. So let's talk about what has happened today. So what's your point of view at this point?
There has been no rout. We've had 21% of the vote share and PDP has 22 points. And there is no rout. You need to study the election results. Right. We don't need to condone or condemn who the PDP is meeting. The gentleman from the Hurriyat has said it's a social visit. PDP has made out to be a semi-social visit, semi-political visit. They are the ones who leaked it to the media. The poor separatist leader was invited on a premise of a social visit, and eventually a PDP leader himself went to the media and leaked it to the media.
Why did you think that happened?
With me, I have no.
Do you think it's an attempt, Junaid Mattoo, to try and dictate terms to a possible alliance partner?
Various reasons. I mean, if you want me to, analyze this, very objectively, could be various reasons. It is very evident. Everybody knows PDP leaked it. They invited him on a premise of a social visit and leaked it to the media. The leader, the separatist leader himself acknowledged this, knows this.
What's the reason behind that?
I don't know. I mean, probably to kind of pretend or posture some sort of, a moral legitimacy before moving ahead in the negotiations with the PDP.
What do you mean by moral legitimacy?
But purely as a Kashmiri voice, Junaid, don't you think that a party which has been given the maximum number of seats in Jammu and Kashmir going and talking to a political outfit, talking to an outfit, a body which has given a poll boycott call, is going against the very mandate that people of the state have given to this party? Why would the PDP do that? Don't you think that in itself is insulting the voter who's turned out and voted in Jammu and Kashmir?
Let me tell you something very clearly. Let me talk as an analyst here. It is, if at all, I mean, you can disagree or agree with the premise of the separatists talking to New Delhi, but let us not be fooled by the PDP into believing that the separatists will have to talk to Mufti Saab in order to talk to Delhi. If they want to use that rope to climb the alliance, then they can try that. I mean, first they will try to kind of use the Indo-Pak dialogue thing, which is a principled stand, which is our principled stand too, but it is not a stand that one uses to, you know, gives a legitimacy or some sort of a moral support, if I may say, to an alliance. You know, if you want to forge an alliance, don't waste the time of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Go ahead, be confident, forge an alliance. These kind of antics are not needed.
Why are you calling it an antic? What did you mean by moral obligation? You used a very complex term. Please simplify it for our viewers. Are there layers within layers which are counting? Is there a subtle necessity to engage with the Hurriyat and the separatist leaders before any major decision is taken by the leading parties of Jammu and Kashmir?
No, there is no necessity. There is no necessity. You know, a party has a principled stand. I think our party has that stand. Their party has that stand, that engagement, political engagement should happen rather than the operational management of the conflict. But when I speak about moral legitimacy, I'm not saying that I believe it is morally legitimate or you need to go and seek the blessings. I'm saying it's some sort of, kind of portraying that you know, if you go with the BJP, there will be people who question you in the valley. So let's kind of, you know, invite a separatist leader for a social visit. And
seek that kind of legitimacy. And a very interesting point that you've raised, Junaid Mattoo, and I think Rashneek Kher wants to elaborate on that and really explain what it is that the PDP is trying to do here. Rashneek.
Yeah, you know, it is very disingenuous of PDP to, you know, kind of seek this inverted commas, this moral legitimacy from a separatist. A party that Hurriyat itself as a conglomerate has always been a spoiler, to say the least, in Indian elections, held in Kashmir. So to seek some kind of a moral legitimacy is really, I mean, it's not just disingenuous, it's anti-national also at the same time. But having said that, there's one very important, are they trying to convey to BJP and to India at large that if you don't accept our conditions, then we are going to do this, we will meet separatists or we will up the anti. That is very, very sad. If that is what they are trying to do, then yes, then what we are doing is we are insulting all those people who came out to vote and who, you know, despite threats from terrorists and separatists came out to vote.
Absolutely. Mr. Bhat, would you want to respond to that? Is this what the entire attempt was aimed at?
Yes, I would like to, because the derivations are unfortunate. They have stretched the debate too far and are reading too much in this visit. We don't need certificates. We are a genuine political party who have gone to the people with an agenda and have got majority. We have the moral authority to talk about government formation. Unlike National Conference, which has on the one hand been extending support, you see, like National Conference, which have on the one hand been extending support, making a posture that they are facilitators to a coalition, to the government formation, and on the other hand trying to be a spoiler. This is a double speak, and those who say that we are seeking a moral support.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We have like separatists. That also is a wrong derivation. Of course, we don't exclude them.
You see, please, unconditional support.
Please listen to me. Listen to me. I didn't interrupt. Let me complete. I am answering to a question, Mr. Mattoo. I am answering to a question. Please don't interrupt. Don't interrupt. Let me complete. I have to make my viewpoint known.
Yes,
I have to make my viewpoint known.
Please. His question, you are trying to deflect.
Please listen to me. There is an anchor. Don't try to be an anchor. You are an equal participant. Don't try to be an anchor. What I say is that we don't need anybody's certificate. We are a people-friendly party. We will take every step that meets the aspiration of our people. That
Mr. Bhat,
what
but
was
there is a
discussed in the
feeling.
meeting, sir?
There is a feeling from non-political voices. What Rashneek Kher said was that you're a little wary that going with the BJP, that possibility may dent your vote bank, which is why you went to the separatists seeking a sort of certificate. Junaid Matoospokesperson also wants to respond to that.
Kindly don't.
Please give me 2 seconds, please.
Don't mix
Mr. Bhat,
please take a listen to what Junaid Matoospokesperson has to say, then I'll come to you, Mr. Bhat.
Two things.
Mr. Bhat, pause for just 30 seconds and I'll come to you, Mr. Bhat.
Nizam Sahab, please listen to me.
Don't confuse
Nizam Sahab, you should also learn how to listen to others. We have issued unconditional moral support to you. Now, if you are thinking that we are playing a spoiler in your alliance forging with the BJP, we have no interest in spoiling your relation with or your budding relation with the BJP. You have a right to go with the BJP. Please go ahead and form an alliance. Our offer of unconditional support stays. If you think this is us being a spoiler, then our offer would not be unconditional.
Right. Now, Mr.